We had a death in the family. A black eyeshadow smashed in my palette drawer. Let's have a moment. Anyway, it's me, Crazy G, back with another video, and today I want to talk about, and I'm going to have black eyeshadow all over my hands and my palettes. I tried to clean them off, but yeah, whatever. I'll do that later. This first. I want to talk about my favorite palettes, my least favorite palettes. I have many palettes that are like in between that I pull out occasionally, but I have a few palettes that I never touch, hardly ever, and I have quite a few palettes that I'm always in rotation with, but I'm gonna break them up because some of them are brands, some not, some is just one palette, other are brands. So I have more likes than dislikes, so that's good. But let's start off with the ones that I really love and I use like all the time. And I'm going to talk about Viseart. I don't have a lot from Viseart because they are very expensive, but I have two of their Theory palettes and their Petite Pro palette, just to kind of get a taste of what these shadows are. And they blend like... You don't know the meaning of the word blend when you blend these shadows because they go so far. There's no fallout. It's smooth. Like the colors are exactly as they are in the pan. Like they're just beautiful shadows, and their shimmers aren't like intense shimmers like other palettes could be. We all know there's metallic. They're subtle but in a beautiful way. Like they just create a beautiful look. They don't go into the lines in your eyes. I know that. 43, I know. So I'm definitely Viseart, and I want so much more from them, but I ain't got that money like that. Another brand I want to talk about, and these poor palettes that just fell. Dear Lord. Sorry. Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. Like, I know they're overseas. Yeah, I had to pay a little bit of a fee. It wasn't that much. I paid their fee. It was cheaper than my bank fee. So they took PayPal, so that was cool. This is the Meadow palette, and oh my god. Like, oh my god. These are super pigmented, super blendable. Like, I don't... These are like, if I didn't have them, I'd cry. I'd be sad. Another brand, all of Juvia's Place, all of them. I think the only one I don't have is the Zulu palette. And I only passed up on that, not because I didn't think it was good quality, but I do have so many colorful palettes at this time. So moving right along, because I don't want to keep you here forever. The Balm. The Balm has beautiful powder products. They're blushes, the highlights. I mean, they're OG, you know what I mean? But they were the original. They were doing highlighting before highlighting was even a thing. I think my favorite out of this bunch is the Balm Jovi palette. I really hit it up pretty good. I mean, I don't use the lip products, but at least they put the flap over it. But all their shadows are good. So I would definitely recommend the Balm, especially if you're first starting out, because they're not that expensive. So like, it's just a nice way to build up your collection too. And they always have like 50% off sales, you know, and all kinds of stuff. I've mentioned it before, this Tarte palette. I don't like a lot of palettes from Tarte. I even have one in my disappointing products, but they hit it on the nail with this particular palette. I don't know about the other Rainforest of the Sea stuff, but this one, they did right. Another one, Modern Renaissance. You all know, mine's dirty as heck. But that's a palette that, I mean, I'm hitting pan on quite a few shades, but when it comes down to where I ain't got like 5 shadows, I will repurchase that palette in a heartbeat. Urban Decay's Electric palette. If you're looking for colors, there's your colors. You don't need any more colors than that. Honestly, I could probably live my life with this one. It's the only Urban Decay shadow palette that I like. I have other ones, I just do not like them. This is the only one that I like, and it's probably because it's pressed pigments. And I'm sorry, but like Jeffree Star's eyeshadows blend like a dream. They're easy to work with. I have them on my eye right now. Like, yes, this is a dark smoky look, this is the bright colors, but they go far, they blend well, they're good products, and I can't knock them there. Now Kat Von D, how I say Kat Von D right after Jeffree Star. My controversy, my conspiracy, anyway, the Metal Matte palette, one of my favorite palettes. I was on this like white on rice last year, Christmas, like, and I don't even care if she brings it back 100 times again, because if it comes back permanent, then I know I can get it again. They're just good. Anytime I need a color, I'm missing a color, like this palette gives it to me every time, so I'm always like dipping into this, and then you can do a complete look too if you want. And of course the newest one to my family, the Jaclyn Hill palette, like you can do anything with it. I found this so universal with so many different things that I wanted to do, so unfortunately it's limited edition, but you know, they'll probably bring it back and they'll probably make it a standard thing. And alright, let me move on to these ones that I know it's a harsh word, but I hate these palettes. I hate them with a passion, and I'm so not happy that I even have them. I have a ton more, but you know, they're all like maybes. I love Lorac, I do, but I have the Unzipped Gold, and I don't know, they swatch beautifully, but when I go and put any one of these colors on my lid to get that shimmer, they crumble and fall off of my eye. Like, I don't understand. Everybody loves this palette, and I'm like, did I get a bad one? I mean, I went and I bought this at Kohl's, so I don't know. I think the mattes are hard to blend out. I never liked this palette. I never got along with it from the first day that I took it out of the box. And I was excited for this, and I wanted to go and get the original unzipped, but with the experience I had working with this, I don't know if that would be any better. So another palette that I lusted over. I want it so bad, like I couldn't live without it, and last summer I think it was, and it looked so cute, was the Dose of Colors Ice Cream palette. I can't stand this palette. I feel like you can get a decent look if you work. Like, these shadows are like work to me. I really wanted to use this blueberry color, you know, and they weren't pigmented. It was hard to work with. It took too long to create a look. That bothers me. Like, I want a palette where they blend and I can get a look, you know, real quick. I'm not going to spend, like, I already spend too much time on my makeup as it is. I don't want to be spending another, you know, half hour to an hour just blending eyeshadows. Like, I do enough. So another palette that I lusted over. I lusted over every single one of these. Like the Urban Decay, the Moon Dust palette. They're beautiful. And I had to have it for New Year's. Like, I had to have this. The last time I used this palette was New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I used this palette, and I think that's it. And maybe I did some creative looks. I might have used some of this, but I love glitter, and I wear glitter almost every day. I'll use like the Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitters. I'll put them in my inner corner. I'll put them on the lower lash line. I'll make designs in the center of my eyeball. I've done all kinds of stuff with them things. The Stila ones now, I love them. Like, they're so easy. It's like dab, 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 let it dry, you're done, run out the door. These are so much work to get the glitter glue out and put the, you know, like, and you don't get an intense look like if you just used a regular glitter and put it on your eyes. So it's just as much work, but you're not getting as much bang in your look. So I didn't feel like it was, when I first got it I liked it, but then I was like, I didn't like it no more. And I hate saying this one. I hate saying, I feel so bad saying this one, because I love Bunny. I do. I love her. She's brilliant and amazing, and I love her so much. But I hate this palette. The highlighter, the blush, and the bronzer are full with glitter. The bronzer makes me look like an Oompa Loompa. I can't use it. A lot of these shades in here just don't do anything. They don't really show up. So and you can really, you're only going to get like one look out of this. And honestly, like when I got this palette, I didn't want it. When I saw it online, I didn't want it, but I didn't really pay attention to the shade names. And then I randomly found a picture where they just had like a couple eyeshadows from this palette shown, but not the front cover. And Haunting was the name of one of the eyeshadows. Where's Haunting? This color? I Googled eyeshadow palette with a shadow named Hunting or Haunting, and this palette popped up, and I bought it for that because it was Haunting. I know that was like not the best purchase decision making on my part. I believe it. I know. Too Faced. And there's another one that I can't find right now. The 9-pan Country palette. Can't stand that palette. That palette, there's like no pigment. Like I dug into their one shade, like I hit pan on the first time because I was really trying to pack it on, and it. Return of Sexy palette. I don't even understand this palette. And there's one matte in here. These are all glitter toppers. They're not, they're all their glitter toppers. It's not their regular shadows. They're not pigmented. They're thin, so thin. Like, and I especially liked this end because I was going to try and do a real nice smoky eye with this, and it turned out like crap. And I tried doing something with the purples. Like, you can't get a look out of this at all because they're like shadow toppers. And I'm not going to use a shadow topper. I'm going to use a glitter. If I'm going to top any of my eyeshadows, it better be with glitter. And I had all three. This is the only one I kept. Look how many times I used it. Like, I barely touched it. I gave away Naked 2 and I gave away Naked 3. I hope the people I gave it to like it and love it and whatever. I hate these shadows. They don't blend, and then I don't look like I did anything to my face or my eyes. So, and then the last one I'm going to talk about today, and I'm sorry Kat Von D, but this Serpentina palette, man, I went after this palette. I was excited for this palette, and I mean I like the red in there. Every time I used this palette, it just looked like an oil slick on my eye because they all kind of go together and create this weird look on your eye, and I didn't like it on me. So I know other people that love it, but not me. I don't love it. So that's some of my favorites and my fails and my palettes, and I have still a whole drawer full of them, and I gotta get the black eyeshadow out of there. So I'm Crazy G. I will link my socials down below if you'd like to check me out. I hope you would subscribe to my channel and continue doing best and worst things and stuff like that. And I do all kinds of different stuff, but you know, figuring it all out. I hope you have a good day. I hope you'll subscribe and come back and be part of my crazy family. And until then, you're never wrong unless you're always yourself. So always be you. And you'll have a good day. I'll see you in my next one.